Hey my friends, how are you? So I've got the Werk 75mm Canon coming along very nicely. You can have a look here. I've done some weathering now, just a little bit. And it's starting to come up very nice. Well, what I think is very nice anyway. You can see there. So all I've done is I've given it a top coat. So what I did is I primed it in German brown, this nice colour here, which they also call RAL 8020. And then I came on and did the upper parts with this US desert sand. It's sort of a brownish yellow. I'll shake it up. But you see it's sort of a yellowy brown. And it's a modern US camo sort of colour that they use. It's official, so you'll be able to find it. And I sprayed that on as a highlight to bring out more of the brownness. Because I found the German dark yellow very brown. And then, to sort of bring it back to the yellow again, and to give it its real highlights, I sprayed on the top Sand Girl. And you can see it's a bit lighter. See how that works? So this gives it the real darkness, and these two really highlight it. This brings the brown, and then that slightly brings it back, and then you get this. And then after that, I got the brush out, and I painted all the details. So the details back here, we'll turn it around. And I just put some... There's not much detail to paint really, is there? You know, basically the wheels. I put a bit of metal in the breech there. And then I did some mild chipping. So I got some, just, you can see sort of there at the top, around the edges and all that. Not heaps of chipping, just a bit of mild chipping. You can see around the top. And then I've come on with a very dark brown filter, wash. And I've applied that heavily, and then I've come along with a brush and I've moved the pigments around to get the desired effect. So I've done a lot of work to get it to look, you know, this certain way. You can see I've put, you know, left a little bit there, and it's sort of created that patchy, dirty sort of look. Yeah, I did that with the brush. The only place I haven't done it is the gun barrel here. And you can see the difference. So you can see the difference between there and there. It really does create a good effect. Now what I've got to do is wait for a couple of days to let this dry. Because oils take about 3 days to be fully dry. Like even the next day, you'll still be able to rub this stuff off, you know what I mean? So you want to give it a good couple days before you go to the next step. And the next step that I'll be doing here is I'll be using some pastels and adding some different contrasts and different colors with some pastels. Then I'll reseal it, and then I'm going to come on with some more oils. So I'll do some reddish orangey oils to sort of bring out the chipping a bit more and all that kind of stuff. So that's the plan. Also got to do some wash on that wood, so oil wash on that wood to make that more wood looking. We've got to do some work on this here. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting a really dark iron pigment on the inside of it, and then over the top of that coming along with a sort of a really dark grey pastel, and just lightly sort of blacken it. See how that goes. But yeah, it's really coming along well. Also, you know, I thought I'd start doing some weathering on this, start getting this ready to go. Along with these ones. I did a little bit of work, did some work on the tracks. So I got the tracks sort of looking darky, irony, and a little bit rusty. But not much. It's going to be pretty new. It's Whitman's new Normandy tank. There'll be a little bit of chips and a little bit of this and that, but it'll be pretty much new, which would be cool. Alright guys, I'm really tired from working all day, but it's so good to talk to yous, and I will speak to you again soon.